Let me ask you this. Have you ever stopped to wonder what separates those who live vibrant lives well into their 90s from those who don't? It is a question that fascinates scientists, doctors, and even everyday folks like us. While genetics certainly play a role, modern research has revealed that the true secrets to longevity lie in habits and lifestyle choices we make every single day. These choices can often be boiled down to 7 critical signs. Understanding and embracing them might not only add years to your life, but also life to your years. Picture this. In a small town in Sardinia, Italy, Maria, a cheerful 95-year-old woman, rises with the sun every morning. Her day begins not with coffee or scrolling through social media, but with a brisk walk to her garden. She lovingly tends to her plants, a ritual she has followed for decades. The town where she lives is one of the famous blue zones, regions where people regularly live beyond 100 years. What is striking about Maria's life is not just her age, but the quality of her health. She has no chronic illnesses, no dependency on medications, and a zest for life that is truly contagious. What's her secret? One part of it is movement. Research shows that regular physical activity, and it does not have to mean hitting the gym, is one of the most consistent predictors of a long and healthy life. Mobility is the first sign you should pay attention to when considering your chances of living to 90 or beyond. It may sound simple, but scientists have spent years studying the correlation between movement and longevity, and the results are clear. The ability to move freely as you age is one of the most significant factors in predicting how long you'll live. This goes beyond just climbing a flight of stairs or running a marathon. It includes even the small, everyday activities that many take for granted, such as how quickly you can rise from a chair or how easily you can get out of bed in the morning. There's a fascinating study that involved older adults in which researchers had them perform a simple test, the sit-to-stand test. In this test, individuals were asked to stand up from a seated position as quickly as possible, and those who could perform the task faster were found to have a much higher likelihood of living longer. It seems that the speed at which we can move, and the ease with which we can do so, sends signals to our bodies, suggesting that our cardiovascular and muscular systems are in better shape than those who struggle with movement. It may sound trivial, but these small acts of movement are incredibly important. When you stand up, your body is working in a way that strengthens your heart, circulates oxygen, and keeps your muscles engaged. These are all essential elements in the maintenance of your health as you age. As we grow older, our bodies naturally lose some of their efficiency in these areas, but the more we move, the more we signal to our bodies that they need to stay strong. Whether it's yoga, walking around the block, or simply spending time in the garden, every bit of movement counts. I remember an elderly woman in her 80s who used to take a brisk walk around her neighborhood every morning. People were always amazed at how sprightly she seemed for her age, never showing signs of stiffness or sluggishness. She attributed her longevity to this daily walk, along with her habit of gardening, which kept her hands and body active. It was not just about the exercise, it was about the regular movement that kept her body engaged and her energy levels high. So, no matter how small the movement may seem, it plays a huge role in ensuring that your body remains strong and able as you age. Now, let us talk about stress. Stress is often seen as an unavoidable part of life, but its impact on our bodies is far more damaging than many realize. We often think that managing stress means avoiding a few tense moments here and there, but the reality is far more complex. Chronic stress, the kind that lingers over time, is a stealthy killer. It works quietly in the background, wearing down your immune system, elevating your blood pressure, and even affecting the structure of your brain. Over the years, too much stress can lead to long-term health issues, including a greater risk of heart disease and cognitive decline. One of the most insidious effects of stress is its ability to shrink the gray matter in your brain, a process that impairs memory and decision-making. Let me share the story of Jack, a high-powered executive living in New York City. By his mid-50s, Jack was burning the candle at both ends. He was always on the go, caught up in meetings, deadlines, and the constant pressure to perform. By the time he reached his 50s, Jack's doctor gave him a wake-up call. His blood pressure was dangerously high, and early signs of heart disease were starting to show. Jack felt the weight of it, but he wasn't sure how to make a change. It wasn't until his doctor suggested incorporating stress management techniques into his daily routine that he considered it seriously. Jack's turning point came when he started a mindfulness practice. At first, it sounded simple: 15 minutes a day of deep breathing and focused awareness. He was skeptical, but as he made it a habit, he began to notice small but important changes. His blood pressure stabilized, and for the first time in years, he was sleeping better. He was surprised at how a small, consistent practice could have such a profound impact on his overall health. Jack's experience isn't unique. Scientific studies back up the benefits of mindfulness and stress management. A famous study conducted at Harvard showed that participants who practiced mindfulness had significantly lower levels of cortisol, the stress hormone, and reported feeling far less stressed overall. These findings are a reminder that managing stress isn't about avoiding the big, dramatic moments. It's about creating small, sustainable habits that protect both your mental and physical health. By making mindfulness a part of your daily routine, you can guard against the dangers of chronic stress and enhance your chances of living a longer, healthier life. Let us shift to sleep, one of the most underestimated aspects of longevity. People often overlook the profound effect that sleep has on how long they live, focusing instead on the idea that working harder and sacrificing sleep is the key to success. But the cost of this mentality is enormous. It's easy to think that staying up late to finish a project or taking on extra work will give you an edge, but in the long run, depriving your body of the rest it needs can lead to serious consequences. Let's look at the story of Lisa, a dedicated nurse who worked night shifts for most of her career. For years, she felt the weight of sleepless nights, with her body adjusting to the irregular hours. In her 40s, however, she started experiencing extreme fatigue, mood swings, and memory lapses. These issues became so severe that they began to affect her ability to do her job effectively and enjoy her personal life. Lisa knew something had to change, but it wasn't until she made the decision to prioritize sleep and shift to a regular day schedule that she saw the real impact of quality rest. Slowly but surely, her energy levels began to return and her focus improved. The mental fog lifted, and her mood became more stable. It was as if she had unlocked a new version of herself simply by giving her body the rest it so desperately needed. Scientific research supports Lisa's experience. According to the National Sleep Foundation, adults who consistently get 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night have significantly lower risks of developing chronic conditions such as heart disease, diabetes, and cognitive decline. It's during sleep that your body has the chance to repair and rejuvenate itself. When you shortchange this essential process, you are not only robbing your body of the rest it needs, but also compromising your immune system, metabolism, and cognitive function. Sleep is not just about resting, it's about your body performing crucial maintenance, restoring energy, and supporting mental clarity. Think about it this way: every time you sacrifice sleep, you are essentially cutting your body's ability to heal itself in half. You're putting your long-term health on the line in exchange for a few extra hours of work or entertainment. In the end, no amount of hustle is worth the toll it takes on your health. Prioritizing sleep is an investment in your future, one that will pay off in a longer, healthier life. Food is another critical piece of the puzzle when it comes to longevity. We've all heard the phrase, "You are what you eat," and while it may sound like a catchy saying, it's actually grounded in science. The food you choose to put into your body has a profound impact on your overall health and lifespan. Let's take a look at the story of John, a 72-year-old grandfather who lives in Okinawa, Japan. His diet is simple yet powerful, consisting mostly of vegetables, legumes, whole grains, and fish. John's plate is a vibrant rainbow of colors, each hue representing a variety of nutrients that protect against inflammation and disease. This diet is not only delicious but also designed to nourish his body in ways that keep him healthy and active well into his golden years. John is a perfect example of the Okinawan diet, which has been studied extensively for its connection to longevity. People in Okinawa live longer than almost anywhere else in the world, and their rates of chronic diseases are remarkably low. They eat foods that are rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and fiber, key components that support cardiovascular health, brain function, and immune system strength. The Okinawan way of eating is not about depriving oneself of food or following a strict, trendy diet. Instead, it focuses on making mindful food choices that nourish the body and support its long-term well-being. In fact, experts recommend adopting a diet that is rich in fruits, vegetables, nuts, and lean proteins, while avoiding processed foods and excessive sugars. The goal is not to restrict but to fuel your body with the nutrients it needs to thrive. By eating a wide variety of plant-based foods, you help reduce inflammation, support healthy digestion, and maintain a balanced weight. Fish, which is a staple in many longevity-promoting diets, provides omega-3 fatty acids that protect the heart and improve cognitive function. One of the key aspects of longevity-focused diets is their ability to combat the negative effects of modern, processed foods. Many people today rely on fast food or packaged meals, which are often high in unhealthy fats, sugars, and preservatives. These foods can lead to chronic conditions like heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. By choosing whole, nutrient-dense foods instead, you create a foundation for a long, healthy life. The choices you make at every meal are an investment in your future health, so it's important to think beyond the short-term satisfaction and focus on nourishing your body for years to come. Social connections are just as important as diet and exercise. Think about the people in your life. Are your relationships adding joy or stress? Studies show that loneliness can be as harmful to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Let me tell you about Susan, a widow in her 80s who credits her longevity to her bridge club. Every week, she gathers with her friends to play cards and laugh until their sides hurt. Susan's story aligns with what researchers have found time and time again. People with strong social bonds have lower levels of stress, stronger immune systems, and longer lives. It's not about having a large circle of friends. It's about the depth and quality of the connections you have. One surprising sign of longevity is your sense of purpose. Having a reason to get out of bed in the morning can literally add years to your life. A study of over 7,000 adults found that those with a strong sense of purpose were less likely to die prematurely. Think of Pedro, a retired teacher in Costa Rica, who volunteers at a local school. Pedro's days are full of meaning, and his vibrant health reflects that. Purpose can be anything: caring for grandchildren, pursuing a passion, or contributing to your community. The key is to find something that gives you a reason to keep going. Finally, let us not forget one of the simplest yet most impactful indicators: your ability to breathe easily. Respiratory health is often overlooked, but it is a critical marker of how well your body is functioning. Chronic diseases like COPD can shave years off your life, yet many cases are preventable. Take the story of Hannah, a former smoker who developed early signs of lung disease in her 60s. When she quit smoking and began practicing deep breathing exercises, her symptoms improved dramatically. The science is clear. Avoiding smoking, reducing exposure to pollutants, and staying active are crucial for maintaining healthy lungs. Something as simple as a daily walk in the fresh air can do wonders. So, where does this leave you? You might be wondering how many of these signs you currently embody. The truth is that it is never too late to start. Every small change you make can compound over time, leading to a healthier, longer life. The key is consistency. Think about Maria tending her garden, Jack practicing mindfulness, Lisa prioritizing sleep, John savoring his wholesome meals, Susan cherishing her friendships, Pedro finding purpose, and Hannah reclaiming her lung health. Their stories remind us that longevity is not about avoiding death but embracing life in all its fullness. So, what will you do today to add more life to your years and years to your life? The choice is yours, and it is a powerful one.